with a good person.
Mrs. King at the Burger King.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday RetroBlasting live stream, or the
Michael's
RetroBlasting.
gone bye-bye.
Yeah. Michael has gone 100% bye-bye. It was
lost it.
It was the hibachi food that we had earlier. It's just
Yes.
Hey everyone, battery powered toys. Yeah, so talk amongst yourselves.
Did anybody else hate battery operated toys as badly as I did?
I did. Yeah, I mean,
I
like,
did.
you think you're gonna like them, and people are like, man, they're jumping into this fast. Like, normally there's a little bit of banter for. No, the promise of battery powered toys was far more appealing or alluring than the actual operation most of the time, I feel like. And don't get me wrong, I think alluring, yeah. I think there are battery powered toys that work as functioned, and they were great when they had batteries in them. But it was that limitation of, when is this thing going to start to slow down? When are the lights going to flicker?
What's the likelihood that my parents will actually buy me more batteries?
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not getting any more.
Right? You get
You
one
better
set.
you're gonna
Enjoy
enjoy
it.
this for 2 weeks,
You
and
got
then you're
those
done.
Christmas batteries, and you take them out after every use, and you wrap them in something so they don't like lose charge.
Yeah,
You put 'em
like,
somewhere safe.
Yeah.
you know, when
The batteries
Keep it
are way
safe.
more valuable than the
and
toy.
there were different levels of
Let me
it
go
as
get
well.
the batteries.
So, like, there were different levels. So, like, there were some toys that had a battery powered.
I'm Aaron, the priest of the batteries.
There were some toys that had a battery powered feature that was pretty minimal, and if it ran out, it was kind of a bummer. But like
X-Wing fighter.
X-Wing fighter, you could still play with it. Like, you know, fine. Then there were ones where you could still play with it, but it was really disappointing, like Kit.
Or Bigfoot.
Or, well, Bigfoot, you can't. Well, I guess, yeah, you can. You're right, you can, but it's like, Kit, for example.
Yeah.
When you heard that activate turbo boost, and you're like, oh no, we're losing the sound. Like, that is not.
Got a huge super chat.
Okay.
Huge super chat
What?
from Scott.
What?
So, wow, thank you
Scott.
very much, Scott, for the very kind super chat. He says, hi, all. My parents were great about me having toys, less so about me having batteries, to your point, Tim and Michael. He says, my X-Wing, TIE Fighter, and Han Solo blaster were all what my mom called blessedly silent.
But again, you could still play with them
Yes.
without the sound. Although,
Well, unless your favorite battery-operated toy is Simon.
that's, no, I'm not referring to things that we're talking about the levels. So there's the level of, I can have batteries in it, but if the batteries die, I can still play with it.
Mhm.
X-Wing fighter.
Mm.
I can have batteries in it and still play with it, but it's really disappointing. Kit. Or Bigfoot. I can't play with it at all when it doesn't have batteries in it. This.
Well, you could run around in the yard and
You
pretend you're
certainly
Rambo.
could.
Yeah, but if it's a water gun that can't shoot water, it's
Right.
different from being a role play gun that can't make noise.
Well,
Guys,
Simon's literally just a brick.
guys, if an escalator stops working, it just becomes stairs. If a battery powered gun stops working, it's still a prop you can use in a game.
I know, but if it's a water gun fight and
Yeah.
you can't shoot the water,
You could still spit.
wow.
Get 'em.
Jason
I wish
says-
there were batteries
Jason
in
says,
it.
okay, fess up. Who wanted to
I'm
punch
not
the
wrong,
kids
though.
whose favorite toy was Simon? I liked Simon, but
I like Simon.
I was a
too.
very lonely child.
You would
And-
talk to him.
No, it was
Hey,
just like,
Simon.
Hey Simon, how are you doing today?
Hello, Melinda.
You're the
How
only.
lonely are you today?
You're the only one that loves me.
Simon
kid
really
over
got
there.
me. Simon understood me.
Would you like to come to a tea party with me and speak and spell?
Would you
Dude,
like
I
to
love
play
speak
Batman?
and spell.
Cool.
Spelling is like the best, most fun thing ever as a kid.
It's like a roller coaster of joy.
Okay, this coming from the person that did satanic rituals on their bedposts. I mean,
I love spelling, and I won, like, the only trophy I ever won was for vocabulary. So that should tell you a
impressive.
lot.
Play with me.
spell reciprocate.
Hmm.
Wow.
I thought you were going to pull the Winston Churchill there for a second.
Okay, that was good.
Robert says, I hated getting toys that needed D batteries. My parents were not buying a lot of those.
No, see, the D's, but see, it wasn't the D's. It was the C
It's
batteries.
the C batteries that were like.
Those were like holy grail of
They
batteries.
still are.
Oh, and that's what I'm saying.
There
Like,
were a lot of 9-volt batteries back in the 80s that weren't
well,
there.
there was, but you could find those. It was always when you were like, "Hey, can I have batteries?"
I need 17
Your-
C batteries.
Your parents would
Odd
always buy
number of
D,
C
but they would never buy C batteries.
They only come in
They
packs of
always screwed that
16.
up.
I don't think they screwed
They're
up.
like
I
hot
think
dog buns. You,
I
you
think
could never
back
get
then,
the right amount.
back then they were buying those D batteries by mistake because they knew they needed them for all the flashlights in the house, and a storm was coming, and so they were
Because it was always the Star Wars toys that were C batteries.
C batteries. Yeah.
Ugh, I hate that.
I think the attack track is C batteries.
Yeah,
as
I wouldn't
well.
be surprised.
That
Prime-
looks
would
like
not
a
be
C battery
surprised.
toy.
Prime Syndicate says, who else used the battery space in the Millennium Falcon as smuggler's stash spot?
And I also
Really?
used the battery compartment.
That's smart.
It was oregano.
The battery.
It's catnip, I swear.
The battery compartment in the Y-wing was Boba Fett's stowaway
Yes,
space, where you would follow Luke, by being on his ship, but not Luke not knowing.
Yeah, we always repurposed it.
Yeah,
like I mean,
yeah.
you had to. You didn't have batteries.
Right, but you had to learn the hard way that you shouldn't put the guns in there with them because there are holes in the battery compartment that go inside the ship where you'll never get the gun out again if it falls in there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's why nowadays you always pick one up and go
Mm-hmm.
I've seen
shake
that
it. And you hear
happen.
that little rattle. You're like, "There's a blaster in there."
I've seen that happen with a crystal skull with an arm attached to it.
Oh God.
M Vargo 97 says, I used to take the batteries out of the TV remote for my toys. Needless to say, my parents were not happy when they couldn't change the channel.
That's only if they found out.
Well,
See, in the '80s, I would be bleeding from the ears
I'll answer
after
some.
that happened.
I'll answer Simon's question real quick. I just want to tell you guys that if you buy a proton pack that by default doesn't come with the wand, and they make that a financial stretch goal, and you pay into it anyway,
What?
you're a fool. All right.
They did what?
They're making a HasLab proton pack.
Surely nobody would do that.
But it doesn't come with the wand or the hose unless they get so many backers.
That's the dumbest damn
That-
thing I've
and
ever
it's
heard.
Terrible, right? So if you pay into that, you're a moron. All right. This is why HasLab is a scam. All right, we can move on.
Well, no, that particular piece, that's the dumbest
no, I feel
thing
like
I've
we
ever
need to
heard.
spend a little time on that.
On the proton pack without a wand?
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Right? Hey, guess what? We're gonna let you pay $400 for less than half of the experience.
I'm gonna sell you the car, but the tires are extra.
The tires are
No.
extra.
You
They're
may
a
not. We
stretch
may not
goal.
manufacture the tires ever.
We may not get
Yes,
tires
exactly.
at all.
At all.
Right. If you get
We'll give you 4 bricks to put it on.
yeah, if you get 9,000,
Cinder blocks.
if we get 9,000 backers,
Look
you
at your
get-
weird
you get-
backpack you can't use.
If
for
you get
it.
9,000 backers, you get the back box.
What good would that even be?
It's not good
It
at
could-
all.
it might help
What
with
would
posture.
you do with that?
Like it could help you sit up straight.
It's like a
if you-
bomb. I mean, it's basically a nuclear reactor with no,
You can put
It's
it on
the
your wall. And
Dumbest thing I've ever
You
heard.
can't cross the streams.
put it on your wall and watch the blinky lights. Like that's what you do. You put it on your wall and you watch the
And look,
blinky lights.
I'm the guy who loves lighting. Like I love hue lighting and all that. but
world's
that's-
most expensive nightlight.
Yeah, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
How expensive is this?
$400.
$400. Yeah,
Does it do anything special?
it has
It
lights
lights
and
up.
sounds.
It might
It
potentially.
plays probably not the Ghostbusters theme song because they would have had to pay extra for that. So some
No,
sort
it
of
only
like
plays like half of
music adjusted version
It plays
of
the
the
Nintendo version.
Yeah,
The MIDI version.
the 8-bit version.
It plays the German knockoff Geist catchers.
Wow, 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 wow.
Zantara says, I had one of those lame police cars that when it bumped into something, it just turned to the right a little. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know why my parents got it. We
No.
had no flat surfaces to use it on. I used a tray.
You know what he's talking about, right? The ones that had 4 regular wheels, but under it had this little disc with the
Mhm.
wheel that it contact with things would make it.
So it was
back
a
up
Roomba.
and- yes, it absolutely. You were not wrong. I don't know why they made those either. That was the dumbest thing ever. Just
The
like the
bigger
remote
question-
control cars with the one button, and that was all they
Oh,
had.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Why
remember
was
that.
there such a lag between the creation of that and the Roomba? You'd think You know what I mean?
The
It's a
Roomba
great
is
question.
more sophisticated.
No,
Love it how-
I don't
love
think
it how
so.
Roy says I had a Merlin, but it never had batteries. I just played phone with it. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I had a Merlin as well. I love
Hey,
that
you want to
thing.
come over and play phone?
I don't think I had any toys that, aside from like, I had a little mini
I'll buy 5.
arcade that was like the Pac-Man mini arcade, and I had Simon. I can't. I mean, I had
I
a
got
little
the mini arcade Mrs. Pac-Man. I was thrilled to
I
get
had a
that
tape
thing.
player that you could use with batteries, but usually I plugged it in.
See, I didn't have one that plugged in. It was batteries only. It was a pain.
Well, earlier in my life, I had that, and then as I got older, obviously,
more sophisticated.
well, I listened to a lot more music. You burn through those batteries pretty quick. So,
Electronic battleship you could play without the electronics.
Yes,
Yeah, but
that's a good one. But it
did you have to have a friend?
Yeah.
See,
Well, you could always play with Simon.
because I mean, electric battleship would have been great for me if it would be the other person,
Oh yeah, no.
because I didn't have any friends, as we've established previously.
God, this is a depressing Saturday.
It's not depressing. It's fine. It's
Remember when you
perfectly
didn't have
fine.
friends?
Yes,
I've always had
I-
friends.
it's not hard to remember that. It's like, 2 minutes ago.
So, sorry, go ahead.
No.
So, Tim,
Yes.
as the resident Transformers expert in the room, what did you think of this? Is I wanted to deliberately bring out the mini knockoffs
Yes.
of Shockwave. Arguably, Shockwave himself was a knockoff
He
because of
was.
an original Japanese
Yep.
toy. What did you think of this famous battery-powered Transformer?
I love Shockwave.
Yeah,
He was awesome. I never had him,
right.
but he was awesome.
What's
he was
he
one of
do?
the best Transformers.
He
His
turns
little
into
arm
a laser
lights up.
gun. He turns into a laser gun. You press it down, it goes. It's lights and sounds.
Well, there was a couple. What you had, the only battery operated Transformers. And I know the crowd's gonna scream at me. So Trypticon was battery powered.
the dinosaur.
Yep. Shockwave
Shockwave.
was battery powered. Who else was battery powered?
There were no battery options. Oh, Omega Supreme was.
Oh, that's right, because he was a train and he would walk.
right.
Um,
Fort Max wasn't.
no, Fort Max
Uh,
never was.
Um,
Neither was Metroplex.
right.
I think that was it. There wasn't very many
No,
Transformers.
there weren't.
And then in GoBots, everybody had the red alert.
Oh yeah, for the main base.
Yes.
And then what's his face? Zod
Mhm.
was.
Oh yeah, because he'd do the
yeah.
with his wheel.
The
Yeah.
only way you'll stop him is if you can poke him with this stick. It's like,
Right in the belly button.
yeah, like
That would stop me.
just something weird.
I'm like, I'm done. I'm out.
Like, what a weird play feature.
Not
That was a
fighting anymore.
weird play
you know?
feature.
Yeah.
That's good to
Not gonna
know,
lie.
Aaron.
The
Yeah.
where am I
Kryptonite.
looking for here? There
Stop
were
me
battery
arguing.
powered features on things like Captain Power.
Yeah.
That was almost totally dependent on.
Oh,
the
you
good-
had to.
You
Yeah.
had to, yeah. You could fly the ships around, but you didn't have the laser light blow up stuff anymore. If you didn't have the.
Wasn't there
batteries.
an A-Team van that was battery operated too?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I think there. I don't repeat me. I may be wrong, but I think there was also an A-Team van. It was bigger than that one
Mm-hmm.
because it held action figures, and it had.
Well,
I
that
want
one
to say.
holds action figures. Just the
Well, I
small
mean, yeah,
ones.
these were the bigger ones though. I want
Right.
to say, and the van was bigger and it was battery powered. I think.
Uh-huh.
I think. Evander or somebody will slap me or
Right.
Jody.
The Brave Star
Yeah,
base
those are a
was
lot.
laser
Yeah.
light. All the guns, the Brave Star
Mhm.
guns. Oh, I have one of the Brave Star guns. Let me grab it.
George Aiken says the Starbird spaceship toy had a lot of electronic sounds.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And the Alpha Probe.
Alpha
But I always
Probe.
tried. Yes.
Wow, that's an unfortunate name. I mean,
Better than being a beta pro.
yikes. All right. So Wicked Person says loved Stomper 4x4s.
Oh
I-
yeah.
I have a Mego Eagle Force battery powered Jeep.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
Now that is interesting. Oh, I did forget about that. That was a great toy.
I can see,
Flying Fighters.
I can see
Oh,
the
neat.
ad in
Yeah.
my head now.
Yeah, these are actually a lot of fun
Mhm.
because they looked right. They looked
Yeah.
right, and you could actually take this off and just have the jet.
You know what? Let me put some batteries in it, and we'll.
Wow.
Do you have any?
Yes.
April. Hello, April. She
Hello,
says,
April.
not so much when I was a kid, but as a parent, I hated when batteries got low and the toy made super creepy sounds, always in the middle of the night.
It's true.
Can
We
I-
had a Halloween decoration
Oh, man.
for
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
in my house that I live in now. I still don't know where it is. It finally died from all the bins. but you could like go in the garage. And if you shut the door too much, it was a tree, and it had this little ding, 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 ding to go, and it started like for years. You'd slam the door too much, it'd go. It would set the damn thing off, and it'd be like, dunk, dunk, dunk. And it would do that. It did it for like 3 years straight.
I almost tore a
That
house
was
down
really-
looking for one of these things. Trish and I were watching Sherlock Holmes, the BBC one with Benedict Cumberbatch. What's his name? I don't know.
Cumberbatch.
Because that's Hatterack.
Bandersnatch.
So, yeah. All I know is he can't say penguin.
Oh,
But
nice.
we kept hearing
I
this
love
thing.
this
It was
toy. It was
like
a
a
great
little
toy.
kid's voice in the closet, just going like,
I'll show you in a minute.
and it would sing a
I
song.
know, you haven't
And
done
I've
anything
got a
wrong yet.
hammer and was going to break the wall down. And then we
Okay,
realized
wait
it
for a
was
break.
sewed into one of the little kids' chairs that we'd got from a thrift store.
Uh-huh.
And it would just play every once in a while, but it never did this for the year that we had it beforehand. So I literally took the cover off this chair, put it in the microwave for 10 seconds, and then took it out and put it back on the chair, and it stopped making that sound. We never could figure out where in the chair the electronics were. It was just a haunted chair. And then we watched the rest of
So
the
you killed it.
Oh,
All right,
yes,
so this
very much
these
so.
are the Hasbro Flying
Oh, okay,
Fighters
yeah.
from 80. So turn this on.
Yep.
All right, you're probably blowing them out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
So the cool thing about this was if you turned it up.
Like this or like this?
Oh wait, hold on. Turn it down. Did you hear? Now there it goes. Oh, I guess the
Riveting stuff, boys.
it's not imperfect. Like it's a little. Okay, so hold on. It's probably a little stuck.
Spray it with some WD-40.
You got to jerk it a little bit. Just jerk it a little bit.
Wow.
And here's my favorite one.
Well, I mean,
That's
There. See, you got it to work. I couldn't make it work.
well, this is fun.
I'm so glad I don't have kids right now.
That's what the house sounds like. It's true.
Master Son says, "Afternoon, Aaron. Put the Reese's down. Hello,
No.
hello, Eminem. Good to see you too. Timmy, the real star of the show. I have my Captain Power here next to me. That technology was ahead of its time.
It was. You're
it
absolutely
really
right.
Was. It
Yeah.
was really, really cool tech. It's a shame that the line didn't take off better. It was a quality line too, for the most part. I have no complaints. I had a big Captain Power Christmas.
I had the little robot. That was the only. I had one figure from that whole line. That was the robot.
Yeah, those aside from a few figures, that's all my original stuff right there.
Let's see. Impossible Pie says, "Are there any He-Man vehicles that needed batteries?"
Yep.
This is one. The Dragon Walkers one. The Spydor.
Yes, I
is
had the
one.
Spydor.
There's a few others.
Snake Mountain.
Snake Mountain had batteries. Eternia, I think, had batteries.
Yeah, because of the train.
Yeah, Eternia had the
Which
batteries.
we'll know that we'll verify that because we're gonna have one eventually
Oh,
in here,
please.
and me and Melinda will have one. So.
I hate that song so much.
So do
That
I.
little old man scares me.
You know what?
Terrified.
After lunch and everything that we had to hear, I feel like you should have to hear that song.
What
'Cause-
did I do? What did
No,
I do?
I
Aaron.
think she's coming at me, but I don't know why.
Well, you were singing all those 90s songs. Of course, so were you.
You would name them, and then I
For-
would sing them.
For laughs,
It was like-
not for real.
It was like throwing bread
What's
to
the
a duck. I
difference?
was going to sing the song if you named it. Quack, quack.
This was a
Quack,
cool gun.
quack,
I was
wada,
good at
wada, quack,
Mhm.
quack,
that. I
wada,
hated the
wada.
cartoon. but-
Yeah. Well,
What is that? What
Brave
does it
Star
do?
Gun.
What does it do?
Brave Star.
Does it sing the song to you if you
no.
put
no,
batteries
Was
in it?
there.
No, what you do is okay. So with the Brave Star gun,
No,
I want to hear
that
Tim
down.
sing the song
No, I
again.
can't remember it. I can't remember.
Brave
I
Star.
do you want to know what this does, or are you just asking that? Or-
Go.
I could before.
The technology was
The
cool.
way it works is like Captain Power. You can shoot this at another Brave Star gun, and then they keep score, and then you're like, oh, you lose. Or you can shoot it at features on Fort Kirium, and they will blow apart or whatever.
You know, that's the one thing we forgot to put up here.
what?
Fort
Laser
Kirium.
tag.
Oh,
you
well,
would put that up here no matter what.
I have a question,
Laser
though.
tag
And
would
then
be
I'm
up
not
here.
done.
Laser tag was
Oh.
the best.
There's a removable
I
platform here with a foot
disagree.
stand, and you press the foot stand down and you put a figure on it. And then you use the other person's gun with his foot stand, and you try and shoot at each other's gun until it blows the other character up first.
Yeah.
So
So
you
what-
see who wins.
What's the fun part?
So yes, go ahead.
No, put that back in. I want to ask a question.
Put that back in.
So this design,
Don't forget the batteries.
this gun design, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
are there any actual guns designed like this?
No, it's a space western gun.
No, I mean,
thing.
because it seems like the weight and the balance is really great.
This is
for-
not on. Look, this
It's
part
ready
is
for
not
war.
on the actual.
I mean,
gun.
you were earlier.
This is the gun. Like,
Okay, so any guns designed like this,
In modern
you
Star
just
Trek
got a
movies,
new
there's
gun,
some stuff
and I
like
mean, you were talking
It's
about
very
how nice.
black hole.
that. Well, I was thinking it looks like something out of Lynch's Dune. It looks like a gun they would have like at House Atreides in the Lynch Dune movies
yeah,
when they weren't using, or almost looks like the thing they put on their neck to
Yeah.
actually activate the audio.
Mhm.
impact.
Yes.
any memories of toys using several D batteries?
Absolutely.
I'm trying to think.
I literally
AT-AT.
can't think of any toys that used batteries.
I thought the AT-AT was C batteries.
Was it C? For D
remember the
batteries? Now,
Ruxpin.
I had Armatron.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah,
Do you remember the Armatron? I played with that thing. The little Radio Shack robot arm.
yeah.
that took-
I never had one.
That took D battery. I had one. I played with that thing for years. It took D batteries.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy
Um,
Ruxpin, and I
to the
don't know if like Glowworm. I'm sure it had some kind of a battery in
It
it.
did,
Probably
yeah.
C batteries.
But you're
And-
right. Teddy Ruxpin was D.
And that was a big,
That was
very
a big
popular
bear, yeah.
toy.
My buddy.
My buddy. Did my buddy, was it battery operated?
Oh, I did have
Trying to
one
remember.
doll
It might
that
have
had
been. I don't
used
remember.
batteries, and you know what it did? This was the doll. I think I
Did its
talked about
head
this.
spin around?
Well, close. You fed it. You fed it food, and then it pooped it out.
Oh, I do remember that one. My sister had that.
And it
one.
had this thing where it would like if you would get a rash on its butt, and you like
Yes.
these dots were on its butt, and they
And
would
you'd
like,
use a
and then
wet
you'd use this
towel
wet
or
wipe
whatever, and
thing
it
that
would go
came with the
away.
doll. It would make it go away.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I think it was Wetsy Betsy,
It's
or
Betsy
I don't
Wetsy.
know.
No, it wasn't
It
that.
was
It
Betsy Wetsy.
no,
Because I had a rhyme and it said Betsy Wetsy doesn't care. Betsy Wetsy wets her hair.
no.
Because if you fed her a bottle, it would come out through the hair follicles.
Oh
on top
my
of her head.
Betsy
My
Wetsy
sister
was,
had one.
I think, 60s if it existed at all. That one I don't remember the name, but I do remember the toy. I'm trying to think of what else, because there was a lot of dolls and talking robots that were D batteries. Like remember the gray robot that had the tape deck and everything in it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was D batteries. There was a doll that had the little metal prong in her finger, and you touch the book, and she would read the book with you.
Right.
That was D
yeah.
batteries.
Baby alive.
Well, all of the
Baby Alive,
all of
that's
the
right.
Tomy robots,
Yes.
Omnibot, and all that stuff. Like if you were a kid who had an Omnibot, you were obviously rich because
I never knew
your
anybody. I
parents could
wish.
just afford batteries endlessly. Because Omnibot,
Debbie.
what's going on?
Somebody
You-
said
You,
something.
you
in the
turn
chat.
the you turn the digestive disorder Debbie on, and you put your ear right by her tummy, and it goes. So real, Mom.
Baby Debbie's got.
got gas.
And then her head spins around. Sorry. I'm inventing my own toy.
Yeah, we should
I
have.
think I had a
alternate
girlfriend that
80s.
used to do that. But anyway,
Whoa.
Who wants to be a building? Anyway.
that would be a great. That scene was made for Michael. I'm sorry. That I know you don't like Tom Hanks,
I
but
don't dislike Tom Hanks. Don't spread rumors.
I
You
know.
already
No,
hate me.
I thought you didn't like Tom Hanks
I
movies.
never said that. I never said that.
I thought you didn't like
You
Tom.
you have mixed up my criticism with somebody else.
I must have, because I literally thought you did not like Tom Hanks movies.
No, that's only because you've heard.
I
me
mean, he
complain about
doesn't.
Private Ryan
And
Well-
Forrest Gump.
and Forrest Gump. The two of the three films he won Oscars for, I didn't like, or whatever.
Did you like the one where he was on the island?
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it either.
Well, you did work for UPS.
I
It was all FedEx.
like Tom Hanks as a human being just fine.
He comes over every
I
Thursday
liked
night.
80s I liked 80s Tom Hanks.
I'm not big on the projects he chooses, so but I don't hold that against him as a person.
Okay.
He's
No,
not-
I'm sorry. That was my bad.
No,
I
that's
just
fine.
I read
there
that
are
wrong.
actors who choose projects I dislike, and I also don't really like them as
Did
a
your head
human
just spin
being.
around?
So,
Okay.
but that's not
Twice.
Tom
You
Hanks.
know,
No, that makes sense. I
Yeah.
just,
So
So-
Michael doesn't like Tom Hanks. But moving on. Peter Venkman says The Burbs.
one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah. Kieran
there's not a
says
day I wouldn't watch
The
Burbs.
battery operated exorcist doll would be the perfect gift for Melinda. Hmm.
Let's not put ideas.
Comes with pea soup.
Oh.
Easily replaceable though. You can get it pretty cheap at Kroger or Food Lion or any.
I don't know with
local-
inflation these days.
Well, that's true. That's a good point. Maybe you want to mix your own pea soup then.
Right.
Tune in next week for exciting recipes for pea soup.
So back to the battery operated toys.
I'm sorry, Michael.
It's fine.
Was Silverhawks battery operated?
No.
No,
Maybe they should have been.
That
It might
thing
have helped
looks
that toy
like-
line.
Wow.
I don't feel like it has. A
I knew
problem.
there was a dig coming. I
The
just-
Cat's Lair and some of the
yeah.
the
That's
Thundercats.
The Thunder Tank.
Thunder Tank didn't have batteries.
It didn't. Okay.
What I was thinking was the fact that
Castle, not Grayskull.
no, Snake Mountain.
Snake
We've talked about it. Some of these vehicles that use batteries, it was always nice when, if batteries weren't in it, like the Bigfoot, it was an open gear system where you could still use the vehicle.
Unlike Stompers.
Unlike Stompers, unlike the MCB1 Bigfoot, unlike this tank where if the batteries weren't running the gearbox,
It was a brick,
it was a brick unless you were willing to strip those gears inside,
which
by
a
just-
lot of people did.
which they did. And then once you put batteries back in it, it wouldn't work anymore. You had destroyed it essentially. I liked it better when it was, like this, where
Like the transmission would disengage and
Yes.
the car would keep working.
Yep.
Because I remember that being yelled at me by my dad and my
Mhm.
mom collectively if I had a battery operated toy and the battery died and I was pushing it, and it was going.
Yep.
They'd be like, "Don't do that. You will
You'll mess
ruin
the motor
the
up.
motor itself, the brushes and everything. It
Yep.
would just break all that. So you had to just stop.
Yeah, you had to just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert says, "Who remembers the Cabbage Patch Kids that ate food? They were recalled for ripping children's hair out." Remember that? Like,
Actually, yes,
because
I do
they
remember that. Yeah.
chewed and swallowed, and
So
like
they-
your hair would get caught in it, and then like you literally couldn't make it stop. Like, they would rip the hair right out of your head.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds safe.
it seems like there were more things like this, like as you went into the 90s, but maybe I'm wrong. But it's because you guys all had Game Boys and all that, and so that's technically a battery operated.
Yeah,
toy.
those are battery operated for sure. I think
Mine
if
had a small fusion plant in it.
if I
but,
was
you know.
going to pick, was there a question there? Oh, yeah. If I had to pick like the best battery dependent toy I ever had, even though when the batteries ran out, it was a brick, it would have to be the 1984 Tyco Turbo Hopper, because that radio controlled dune buggy
Yeah.
was the coolest toy.
They would eat batteries.
It would
though.
eat them, and I had
mean,
it.
20 minutes.
I had the original generation
Yeah.
one that didn't have the rechargeable pack. It was
Right.
just like 8 or 12 double A's.
You remember when that was an option?
Mm-hmm.
Like you could put regular. That was actually kind of a cool idea
Mm-hmm.
for Tyco when they had them, where you could put regular batteries in, or
get the
you could
battery
buy the
pack.
battery pack that was rechargeable. And we were all like, "Finally!"
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Wasn't that like one of the old cadmium?
Oh
ones?
yeah, it was like it wasn't even that good.
The battery pack didn't last as long as store-bought batteries,
Yes.
and it took like 36 hours to
right,
recharge.
charge it. Yeah.
You got 10 minutes of play, and then you wait 36
Yeah,
hours.
but those 10 minutes, that car was just flipping and
Oh,
running over
yeah.
everything in the yard.
I have a
Absolutely.
toy for the cats upstairs that's like that. It's like this little mouse that like rolls around and has like a tail that does all this
Oh yeah,
stuff.
the little
And it
ball
lasts
thing
like maybe 10 minutes.
before
And then
it's
you have to
dead.
charge it for like 2 hours. The cat, of course, cats,
Yeah,
they
they
lose
got
interest.
short-
They
yeah,
lose interest in
short
about
spans
10
of
minutes
attention
anyway. It's
anyways.
fine.
Yeah.
Master Son says, I remember my mom giving me a battery allotment. I had like 4 AA's and 4 C's. I had to rotate batteries between my toys.
We all did.
Nice.
We all did.
It's pretty
Nice.
smart.
And then there was always, we all learned what happened when you forgot that there were batteries in a
Mhm.
toy and it got stored in the attic and you're like, hey, can I get my old AT-AT out? And you get it out and you open the battery compartment and you're like, oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just like
I don't think I knew
flaky.
that even happened until I
Oh,
met
we all
Michael.
learned early.
Like,
Yeah, my electronic battleship, both my Captain Power vehicles, my Darth Vader TIE fighter. I'm sure there were a few others where the batteries just exploded. out.
yes.
I've since been able to actually fix all of those toys for the most part. The only one that just blew me away. Do you remember? They weren't like Stompers. They were in that same vein where what were they called? They were called
veins.
No, was it the one that had the animal claws that came out?
no. They were small like
so
Stompers.
they were the same size as
They were
Stompers.
like Stompers, but they had the actual miniature shift stick on the top, and their headlights would come on, and they would
Yes,
I can
do.
see it in my head.
Yeah, I do remember it.
Yeah, I have one of those from when I was a
What
kid.
was that called?
And when I was 10 years ago, when I pulled all the toy bins out of my dad's garage and I was cleaning them up and stuff, I picked that thing up. It was the only one I had. And it was one of those things that becomes a fixture in your room as a kid. You don't play with it all that much.
Sits on a shelf.
Sits on a shelf. And I picked it up and I could feel the weight.
And you were just like, no,
not another one.
Battery in it.
I popped the, that was where you take the chassis off.
Yep,
and
like a stomper.
Like a stomper. And inside was a pristine, unexploded Energizer battery from the early 80s.
It just keeps going and going and going.
I kept it. I was like, I'm putting this in a Ziploc bag and I'm keeping it because they changed their logo 100 times since then. And I mean, when I saw that battery logo, you talk about a memory trigger, like
doom, doom, doom.
Michael, if you ever open one of your toys up and
Copper
the song
top.
"Don't Fear the Reaper" starts playing in the background, just run. Everyone around you is going to fall over dead on the table.
Well, no, he's right though. I mean, batteries were. I mean, you could not turn on the TV and watch a program without at least 3 battery commercials by Rayovac, Energizer, and Copper Top.
Yep.
I mean, every show all day long.
Jody says, worst, most useless battery operated action on a toy.
The Star Wars one single light on the X-Wing fighter.
And then Don Miles says, unsung battery operated toy from the 80s, Volcano from Mask. Not only would it.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, that's right.
Fried rice.
Soy sauce.
Not only would it drive roll across the floor, the turret station on top would sweep back and forth as well at the same time.
Well, the only battery operated toy that I thought was worth it, that the battery seemed to last a very long time, was laser tag.
Yeah.
I mean, those batteries lasted, and that you could actually play with that toy, not worry about it running your batteries down.
Well,
like,
you put
it was great.
10 in there.
If you could keep them in there without falling off and hitting you in the head.
It's like,
but
put 10 new batteries in here. Put cap on. Wrap in duct tape. Go play.
or electrical tape.
Yeah.
To match it. It had to match.
Right.
Wicked Person says, my best birthday gift one year was the Radio Shack RC Lancia Stratos. Never saw a battery-powered Micronaut toy in real life.
Oh, Canadian. That's why he has a Radio Shack Lancia. Yeah. Now I must know what it was.
Everything in Radio Shack that was toys was batteries, because what was Radio Shack known for profit-wise?
Selling batteries.
Batteries.
So every toy.
Batteries.
Selling ham radio equipment.
And ham radio equipment. I have two generic, like the ones that were compatible with all 3 3/4 inch speaker lines. And one is like this robotic kind of mecha walker, like lunar walker. And I've got to fix it. It's in there. And then there's another one that I think I've lost the battery.
That's where I always got my dad would get my remote control cars from, was always Radio Shack, because they had the best selection.
Right.
I remember them at the mall. It was like an assault out in front of a radio.
Yes.
So many toys and things like that out there.
Yep.
World Made of Cardboard says, just joined. Best battery features were those that you really couldn't do on your own, like Star Trek Next Gen Star Trek Next Gen Transporter playset had a cool feature.
Yes.
Dust Toys showed a cool TARDIS playset with moving time rotor.
Really?
Oh, wow.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah.
I have the transporter playset. That is a cool feature.
It is really cool.
It uses lights and a mirror and kind of, and yeah. It's pretty neat. It's a pretty neat effect.
Help, Jim.
I was wondering if Star Trek had, like, because I see all those ships over there, and I would assume those would have batteries.
All of those are battery operated.
They all have, the coolest one out of the Star Trek ships for battery operated is the
Voyager, because the pylons.
Yeah, the nacelles, when you hit the button, they go.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. The rest of them just have lights and sounds.
It was the first time you got a battery operated vehicle that sounded accurate.
True, because before that it was analog sounds or those Kenner motors.
Right.
Here's how we're going to simulate we're going to simulate the Oscar-winning sound effects of Star Wars by getting a plastic piece of something
just goes,
and getting a motor to flap against it like a baseball card in your spokes.
Right.
And everyone's like,
speaking of that, I was listening to a Dollop the other day, Dollop podcast, and they were talking about one of the early World's Fairs. And like at this fair, they had the first robot man. I can't remember. It was like Cyberman, or
Cyberman.
It wasn't Cyberman, but it was something that was like that. It was a dumb name, but it was like this human-sized dude, and he talked. And they had him where he smoked because it was like the 1920s and everybody smoked, right? And so, but the way he talked was very similar to the kit car because he had a little record player on the inside, and it would just sort of
everybody
like
was freaked
pause
out.
and it would like talk, and it's kind of cool. You can look them up online,
I
like
will have to
seen
look that
video.
up.
It's really cool looking, but it just when they were talking about it was a little record player, so I was like, oh my god, that technology just like spanned this long stretch of time.
There is a 90% chance that I'm going to look this up and Google is going to bring up a picture of Mark Zuckerberg. That is exactly what's gonna happen.
Nice.
True.
Mark
Nice.
smokes.
Master Son says, what little car that you put a penny in the back?
Penny racers.
Penny racers. They weren't battery operated, but those were great toys. I had a bunch of penny racers.
Mhm.
They're hard to find now too.
Yeah,
They're really hard
like
to find.
stompers and everything.
But they were like this big too. They were real tiny little
yeah,
cars.
Yeah. That was. Sorry. Go ahead.
Jody says Skylinks and Triptychon were pretty cool. Motor had two functions. On Triptychon, either walk or rotate the guns.
Yep.
Skylinks could both walk and roll.
I forgot about Skylinks, but yes, I do remember.
Yeah.
Triptychon always made me kind of sleepy.
Well, I guess the bigger questions as we're talking about batteries is, there were like, in the 80s, there was like the Cola Wars.
Mhm.
There was like late night wars, but there were also the battery wars
yeah.
because like the commercials were just like you talked about earlier, were everywhere with the Energizer
Everywhere.
Buddy, then the Duracell.
Yeah, Duracell versus Energizer was all over.
And so like which battery did your family have like a preference? Like,
Oh, yeah.
usually you were like
Duracell.
one or the
Duracell.
other,
Yeah,
Duracell, if we had a
Duracell.
choice, yeah.
Duracell
What
every
about,
time.
What about you, Michael?
My family. I
You were a
remember.
Rayovac, weren't you?
No.
No
No.
way.
But maybe Energizer.
My extended family in Memphis and northern Mississippi were the Rayovac family. But and that
That's
was
like
what-
a social class in the
well, no,
South.
but I mean, I'm not even making fun of anybody. I mean, I only saw Rayovac batteries when we went for Christmas and Thanksgiving to visit. And they'd have
You're
to-
like, I'm not putting this in my X-Wing.
Rayovac? What is this
What are you
garbage?
guys, Montagues?
Philistines. Philistines.
but like we had an even split most of the time. Like most of them were Duracells in my house, but every now and then there would be like a sale on Energizers, and so we'd have a few Energizers here and there.
My dad was, I don't know, he was weird about the batteries, and it always had to be Duracell. There was no substitute.
Really?
Yeah, he was just like that. But like the funny when you're talking about advertising, like the Energizer Bunny, I don't think that started till like 90.
No, it was in the 80s.
Was it in the
It was
80s?
like
Yeah.
mid to late. something
I
like that.
remember seeing the ads when I lived in Alaska, so it was in the 80s.
Yeah,
for sure.
so, I mean, I just remember how big that was for Energizer. Like
Mhm.
they were always behind Duracell, I felt, until they invented that ad,
Right.
and then everybody fell in love with the bunny with the.
It was a great ad campaign.
Well,
I
it
mean,
was,
it
but
really
my kids
was.
never understood it. Like we remember that being a toy from what 40s, 50s is the little battery powered bunny
Well,
playing a
you
drum.
remember like the KB toys in the mall?
Yeah.
And they had like this big like thing that was like yay high, and it had like a little rail around it, and they had all
Yeah.
those little battery operated
they would just
toys like
run
that
around.
would run around
Yeah.
in the middle of like this little field for toys.
Yes.
It sat kind of
Yes.
out into the mall that would like get people to come in the store. And like every time I saw that, I just thought of the toy store, so I immediately liked the commercial.
Yeah,
So it was
but
really
I mean, the
effective.
kids these days, like my kids, I had to explain to them what the Energizer Bunny meant.
You know, and another one that nobody really recognizes if they didn't live there was the RCA logo with either the guy sitting in the
Oh.
chair
Yes.
or the Dalmatians, the dog sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Those out of context make no sense.
Yeah,
for that,
RCA
unless
where
you've
the
seen
dog's
that
like
original ad where they're
Looking into the record
where
player,
he's sitting across from the speakers and it's
Well, that
blowing his
was-
hair back.
I thought that
Mhm.
was
that not RCA?
That's not
No,
RCA.
RCA was the dog.
RCA was the
dogs,
dog,
and then
but
who
that
was
was
the
the
other one?
we make
That
things
was
that you
Sony.
love better.
Oh no, that's
Was it
It's
Sony?
the-
another
it's the-
initialization.
It's not
Sharper image.
no.
no.
Sorry.
No,
The chair
but
vibrates.
you're right. It's a company that was like a process improvement company that just improved manufacturing.
No, it was all about stereo. I'm trying to remember. You're right though.
BASF.
Yes,
Was it
Remember, it was
BASF? Like
always
their
on tape.
tapes? It was like
Yes.
their tapes.
and that was the guy sitting in the chair with his hair being blown.
Yeah,
Ah,
'cause
see,
you had the-
Grindhead Jim is yelling BASF.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But- and you had the
I
tape
looked it up,
wars.
so I
there
got
were
it.
the tape
Oh,
wars,
yeah.
right? You know, you had Memorex.
Oh yeah,
all yeah. I mean, that was a
And
big
with
one.
tapes,
I'm
I just
trying
got
to
whatever I
remember
could
like
get,
which tape I
but-
liked the best.
I
I
don't
had
know
a
that I had one.
preference. Oh,
But
see, I
everybody
didn't
wanted
care about.
Memorex because Memorex like wouldn't stretch or get tangled
I
up.
don't remember the brand, but my dad was always recording, right? Like, because he would write music and stuff, and so he had these tapes that I was never allowed to use.
Was that the reel to reel?
No, he did have a reel to reel, but he actually had a brand of expensive analog tapes that he would use.
Oh,
like
nice.
He had a 4-track that would work on.
That's expensive. That was high
if
dollar.
I used one of those to record off the radio.
You would have got.
Oh,
woo!
Boy. Yeah, that was not a good day.
Wicked Person says, my little nephew wanted to know why the Kit toy says your reflexes are slow. Didn't have a great answer.
I think what he's trying to say is that Michael Knight's driving reflexes are slow
compared to a computer.
Right.
Compared to Mr. Feeney.
A World Made of Cardboard says, one Christmas, as my wife was wrapping our daughter's presents, she realized that she did not get me anything. She wrapped the only thing she could find, a pack of batteries that went into their toys.
So they didn't have batteries. That's awful.
That's
no,
brilliant.
he had to give his gift to them.
Yeah, or else they wouldn't have batteries.
At least you got to open something.
That's funny.
I mean,
That's
isn't
true.
that the joy? Is just the opening of the thing?
No.
Depends on the gift, doesn't it? If the gift really sucks, then
sometimes
whatever.
the best gift is not to be hassled. Hey, I didn't get anything to unwrap, but as long as you don't hassle me today.
Well, the best gift is to not have to be told that your response isn't quite up to par.
Did that happen to you?
It happens to me all the time.
Really?
We've had numerous discussions about how I don't react well to.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you react fine.
It's entertaining either way.
Look, I process things. I don't. I feel like I'm putting on some sort of like show or play if I have to like react to something. And when there's like a whole group of people watching me react to stuff, it is very cringy and awful to me.
I think we need to do a live stream on the brand wars of the 80s.
Just on all the different things that fight each other.
Yeah.
Did
and
any of
then
you guys
we
have
all
any...
vote and decide which one's better.
Exactly.
We need to
I think
declare
it's a
winners.
great idea.
We need to declare the winners of the brand wars live on this stream. Just the four of us as the keepers of wisdom on that one.
Okay, with that, can we do the blinded taste tests of all the different
Oh, you
like?
mean like
I am
Pepsi,
totally up for that.
Coke
I
and
guarantee
Pepsi?
you.
I guarantee you. I
will
can.
know.
I will.
I
will
have
know.
a clue. I will not
But
know.
can I replace your regular coffee with Folgers Crystals and see if you can tell the
I don't
difference?
drink
Heck
coffee,
yeah.
so I wouldn't know.
Can you
Come
replace
on,
my
Senka.
homemade Italian food with the ragu? Who was it that made
The Chef Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee lasagna in a pan?
Yeah.
We replaced
All those
these
taste
authentic
tests.
Italian people's food with Chef Boyardee lasagna.
But
in
they
a
were
pan.
like at Olive Garden.
No,
So it's
they're
like,
all like-
And they have like
This is
really
just like grandma made.
not really Italian people going, "Mamma mia,
No,
this is
no,
amazing!"
No. Danger.
I miss the 80s. God, I
I'm
miss
just saying
the 80s.
that's something they would do in the 80s.
I know, but man, it was so innocent and just it wasn't meant to be mean. It was just great. It was just great.
There was no way it was meant to be mean. Nope.
No, it probably wasn't. It was just meant to be memorable.
right. That's
Yeah.
the whole point.
Yeah.
Did any of you have any luck with Maxell tapes? I remember
Oh,
I,
Maxell,
Maxell,
yeah.
I
yeah.
remember hating those tapes for some reason.
That's
I don't know
a
if it
good
was
point.
because they had a solid color to them. I think they originally
I don't know.
they weren't transparent, but I do remember they tended to go bad, or they seemed to me like they went bad sooner than like one of the other brands.
Well, it was always the tapes that would stretch too soon, and you'd be playing your music, and in the middle of it, it'd go, "Brrr,"
Yeah,
and you're just like, "Well,
I had a bunch of TDK tapes.
TDK." Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember the TDK.
Well, yeah, I was looking this up. So vintage cassettes. Let's see. We've got Maxell, Memorex,
Memorex, always Memorex.
Philips, Scotch, Sony. I'm trying to think of the ones.
I remember
BASF,
Scotch.
obviously.
I remember BA, but I didn't remember that they made tapes. I just remember the letters.
They were like a process improvement company.
Yeah, I don't
They,
remember.
they,
Yeah,
they
I don't.
lean in on a lot of industries.
I
think.
guess because I don't remember them specifically making.
That's why their
tapes.
slogan is "We make things better."
I
I
used their
guess.
tapes a lot.
I remember JVC had tapes. Remember JVC?
That's
do.
like the Rayovac of.
It kind of is. But you know, you get what you can get.
JVC.
That was suitable
What
for
is this
radio
trash?
recording. You know, if
That's
you just
true.
wanted that Spin Doctors song,
Ew,
you could
what?
play it over and
Ew.
over again.
What's wrong with
Two
you?
Princes. You didn't love Two Princes. and
Shut
you just
up,
wanted to
Aaron.
Listen to it over and over.
Master Son says, "Do the brand wars. That's how you get sponsored." LOL. Not with the things we're going to be
No.
saying.
No, I don't think they exist anymore.
Let us show you how to not get sponsored.
Hey,
by doing the
Let's see if we can get a bunch of
'Cause let
defunct
me tell you,
companies to
I want-
sponsor us.
I want Pudding Pops back so bad.
Little
But I
Debbie
can't
Spice
stand it.
Cakes. Little Debbie Spice Cakes.
Didn't
And-
you say you figured out why they don't make pudding pops anymore?
I
You
have a-
figured it out.
I have a book upstairs about it.
Yeah, I remember you telling me why.
It was just sales. I mean, it was.
yeah.
It's probably because they're gross.
But everybody loved pudding pops. Everybody loved pudding.
Well,
pops.
everybody loved Toys R Us too, but that's gone too. So
Not this cowboy.
Well, it's
I didn't
questionable.
like
didn't
our
love it
pudding
enough.
No, there's a reason
Where-
what
what
happened
are-
to Toys R Us, and it's all because of Sears.
pop.
You can
Let's
look
leave
that
Sears
up.
and Roebuck out of this.
No,
Uh,
Sears
Jason-
dumped all their debt on Toys R Us when they bought them. That's why they went out of business.
Jason says, "RetroBlasting brought to you by Tab and Kangaroo Shoes."
Nothing like a nice big tall glass of
I always
Tab.
had hush puppies. Didn't have kangaroo shoes.
Jordache.
Jordan. Oh man,
You
Talk
know,
about great jeans.
Bob
Jordache.
Goldthwait had a really funny bit about Tab back in the '80s, but I can't say it here because it's
He had a
kind
really
of-
tempered set. I
kind
remember.
of sacrilegious, but it's very funny. Very
Do
funny.
you have a tab? Just give me a tab.
They were just like, because he drank so much of it, he'd come up on stage with an entire 6-pack and then he would like finish it during the show. And then people were like,
a 6-pack of Tab.
a 6-pack
on
of
the
Tab, like during his comedy
The
show.
pink ones.
The pink ones. And he
That's
and like at
great.
one point he
That's
holds the
great.
can up. I'm doing Bob Goldthwait stand up. and he holds it up and he goes, I think these are the same ingredients as a battery. Batteries. And then he also said, that people were like, "Oh, you drink so much Tab, you should be their spokesperson." And he's like, "Yeah, I bet your sales are really skyrocketing now."
Right?
Hi, when I'm not making fun of the Pope or Christ, I like to drink Tab.
He's not wrong.
I mean, that's kind of us. That's my point is
This is
we
true.
can't really,
this is true. We won't ever have sponsors.
We should find a case of Tab, and so that we can.
Do they make tab anymore?
they just stopped making it like last year.
Which means you could probably still find it in some warehouse. being taken care of by
Beverages
top
Direct is
men.
my favorite place to get weird, obscure. I'm not
That are
kidding.
poisonous for you.
Mm.
Well,
Aren't they
poisonous is
all?
optional, Michael.
Collector Nick says thoughts and opinions on the HasLab Proton Pack, please and thank you.
Oh,
Cheers
okay.
from South
we
Dakota.
just had a whole section on
Well,
this.
we did that at the beginning of the show. Somebody else asked the
Let's go back
question,
in
but
time.
Since you've
Since you brought it back up
since
again.
you brought it back up again, I'll just say this once again.
We don't love it.
A $400 item that doesn't for Proton Pack that doesn't have the wand is less than half of the experience. And making half the actual prop a stretch goal, which means that the probability is there that you could be part of a Kickstarter that passes muster but doesn't get the stretch goal, and you end up with a back brick with just lights and stuff. Anybody that invests in that or pays for that is a moron. I'm sorry. Like, this is why I don't like HasLab. I think it's a big marketing joke, and that's my opinion.
Someone's saying that the wand is not one of the stretch goals. It's currently available and sold separately.
I'm sorry, what? What was that?
Tim, it's a statement of fact.
Wait a
apparently.
minute. Wait. The wand, you're talking about the Spangler wand that came out from Hasbro Pulse that doesn't have a hose connection to it, so you can't hook it up to the pack? Is that what you're talking about? Because that also is a waste of time.
Fair point. I think that if we're going to sell a proton pack to someone, it should probably include a hose and a wand along with it to be the entire experience. If you need to get another package or another product to do that, that's unfortunate.
King
If
Eric,
you're willing to do that, by all means, go for it. Have a nice time.
yeah,
Enjoy
King
yourself.
Eric, I don't back any HasLab project. There's never going to be a HasLab project that comes up that I'm going to back, even if they could say, "Hey, Hasbro has bought the merchandising rights to Kylie Minogue, and they're doing, HasLab kickstarted Kylie Minogue something," and I'd be like, "No, I'm not backing HasLab on anything and never will." So if you see the project as HasLab, I didn't put any money toward it.
It's true.
Someone
True
said that
story.
we are friendly with moon pies, which I think is a wonderful thing about life. And do we have any moon pies? Or
I
are
can
we
go
all
get
out?
some. I'll
We
go get a
do.
moon
I
pie.
think we should all enjoy a moon pie.
No?
It's getting to the.
Oh, that's right. It is getting
Getting
to.
late.
Tim, I was about to get a moon pie.
I'm gonna get you one.
Then go get a moon pie.
I didn't have to. It was just going to happen. These things
Someone
are
was
rare.
going to bring it to him. It was just going to appear.
You nearly ruined it.
Boy, that thing is annoying.
It is. I hate it so much.
That's why That's why every time I buy your children battery operated toys,
So
I do it on purpose.
did
don't
your
even make it
kids? I
home, they
assume
just
your
fly
kids
it.
had battery operated toys.
Oh yeah, they did. Aaron was responsible for several of them.
Yes, absolutely, but not the majority of them, for which Tim purchased for his children on his own, because he loved seeing them happy, and I was so proud of him as a friend.
You
when I
love the
saw that.
idea of seeing them happy, and then when you hear them being happy, it's a whole different.
I made a few very foolish. Tim, what was the worst gift I ever gave you for your kids that I'm now paying back?
Oh yeah, that's a
karmically?
good. That's a good.
Because there
one.
were times I just didn't know what would happen.
Well, there was this
Drunk
little
it.
activity center you got for Dakota.
yeah.
You have to understand. I know Aaron and me have been friends for multiple decades now, and he knew my kids when they were still in diapers. So he bought this damn activity center for Dakota
Thank you so much.
that just made noises. That's all it did. Had no other use.
It just made
It
sense.
just made sound. I mean, it was like siren. There were cows. There were beeps and buzzes and clicks.
A lot of
and-
the gifts that we get now from Tim are punitive in nature.
Tell him what happened to your dad. I didn't mean that for. I wanted that to actually happen to you.
My daughter shot him in the eye with a Nerf gun.
Wow.
That was awful.
It was funny.
Was it
but-
as bad as hearing you talk through Moon Pie?
Was not as bad as it seemed.
Yes.
Yeah, I buy his kids like Nerf guns, and then I haven't done this yet, but I'm going to. I'm going to buy them more because Aaron likes to tell me, yeah, and magically the bullets go missing. So I found a guy on eBay
I still have the big thing you got.
that sells the bullets by like 5,000 in a pack in a box, and I'm
I've
going to
got
just
a big-
send that.
I found it.
So-
I found the big Tupperware container. We were in the backyard shooting.
Oh,
my-
good.
I actually let them do target practice on me. Like I was running around and they were shooting at me with the little Nerf gun.
Collector Nick says, "My apologies. I just tuned in. Thank you. That's a solid
No,
outline and
That's
good
fine. What
points."
is Triumph Rat saying? He's saying the Spengler wand does come with a piece to attach a hose to. Look,
Spangler, right? Just enjoy your toy if
it
you want
doesn't come with a
Whatever.
hose though. Does the pack
Look at this
come with
thing.
a
It's all
hose?
messy.
Because
I'm
from
sorry.
I'm telling you guys, the whole thing about Hasbro is such a marketing gimmick. Like there's no never mind.
But if you want it, go
look,
for
if
it.
they want it, that's fine. I'm they asked my opinion, I gave it. If they don't like my opinion and then they're gonna try and nitpick it the whole time, then don't ask.
Oh no, you're not going to change Michael's opinion.
That's true. Yeah,
I
don't
mean,
ask.
hopefully that wasn't the
I
goal.
think
Yeah.
people
That's not a good
ask
plan.
me about every subsequent HasLab project because they're secretly hopeful that I will miraculously change my opinion about that one.
I
And it's
don't
like,
know.
no.
I think people just enjoy seeing you get mad, but then they like want to, talk you out of your opinion. Which,
Yeah, they want to talk me out of my opinion, and my attitude is, you just lost a refinery. That's my attitude.
I shot Aaron with it earlier.
You're good.
Right when you left.
I'm dead now.
well,
I don't even know if
I like the idea that it doesn't have a hose or a wand because then it's just ridiculous. I love that. That's the obscure. It's very Andy Warhol. Like it's just
Yeah.
like hang it on the wall. It's
You
useless
say
and
that
annoying.
like it's a good
Well,
thing.
here's the deal.
No, I don't. I'm not a fan, but I'm just saying, like, lots of people think that Andy Warhol is amazing, and it's just like,
Simon,
Cowl.
an easier way to get a fairly accurate piece of a proton pack. You're not getting the whole experience.
Leaping Lizard says, "Do you have moon pies for the rest of the class?" Well, actually, we probably
yeah,
do.
we probably do.
We have like a not just a
You
case,
know what I'm
but
going to
like
say? We're not going to answer questions anymore from these people.
from these people.
How did you guys break Tim?
Yeah, I mean
that
that's
is so weird.
Because look, here's the thing: I don't get to see Michael very often now that I'm back to work. I get to see him once, maybe twice a month if I'm lucky. And all you guys like to do apparently is piss him off. So I would just like to have Michael be nice and happy.
we were
for
having a
one
nice day.
You know, come on, give me a break. You know that question is gonna light him up. You already know. You know.
I think that's why I got asked twice today. Like,
Jody says,
repeated.
"What battery operated toy did your parents regret most buying? And which one do the parents amongst you regret buying for their kids?" We kind of started talking about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
little
regret
bit.
buying that action center for Tim's kid because I've paid for it every birthday ever since then. Because Tim is like an elephant and he never forgets.
Yeah.
Ever.
I
And
don't
what about
know
your
if-
parents? Like, did your parents have a toy that was particularly hated?
Yes, and it was probably my laser tag.
Okay.
I think I recall them taking.
I would
my
imagine
gun.
it would be loud. It's annoying.
Well, the little thing when you shoot it, so many times it would go off. Deeter.
Yes, I remember. What about you, Michael? What toy did your parents hate the most?
It was probably that brief period where I had the battery, and then I think the whole thing got stolen. But I had the batteries for the Han Solo blaster.
Somebody stole your blaster?
Oh yeah, that kid.
Probably his dad,
Daryl.
Roger.
Everybody knew. You know, that was funny. We were laughing about that.
Roger.
Everybody knew a Daryl in the 80s. You
think I
never
knew a
see
Daryl.
him anymore.
With a Daryl across the street.
I had Daryl behind us, and I had another Daryl down.
I never knew a Daryl.
Oh, I knew way too many Daryls, and I don't know any Daryls now.
Yeah.
Well, then there's the Paul.
They all died out.
There's the Paul Newman show. He had a brother Daryl and his other brother Daryl. Remember that from the Newman show?
It's like
or
the Great Horned Owl.
Well, it's
They all
just
died.
names,
Oh, yeah.
names are an evolutionary advantage or disadvantage. You know. Well, I'm just saying.
Wow.
It was proven that nobody wanted to mate with Daryl's. So the Daryl's died out. You can you hear like the narrative
Everything
of
was
the
going
nature
great.
Documentary.
Until I found out he was a Daryl, and then all bets were off.
This is Marty Stauffer's Wild America. In the 1980s, the Daryls just couldn't mate with anyone. They decided to never name somebody Daryl.
Who's the guy who did the
Because
British
women
travel logs?
realized that there wasn't one Daryl that was actually a video game genius. I'm Marty Stauffer. Like,
Laser Pants says, "What do you mean these people?"
Look, I'm kidding. You know who you are.
I have a good story about these people, but I'm pretty sure I've already told it, so I won't.
There's a lot packed in that one.
that's another thing too. I'm not really angry. I'm just leaning into the question with the answer. You know why I'm not angry? Because I wasn't stupid enough to buy one.
You already have a proton pack.
I have a proton pack that actually has lights and synchronized sounds, and it's actually got a wand with a hose, and it's got the whole thing.
I'm pretty sure it's powered by like an Arduino or something.
It's actually powered by D-cell batteries. It is a great
It
setup.
keeps going and going and going.
That's what it does every time you turn it on.
Yeah.
But oh my God, don't take the batteries out of that thing in your car. I couldn't think of the name of it all of a sudden. It's part of the Back to the
DeLorean?
Future stuff. Yeah.
Mr. Misty, guys
Got a
named
thing
Justin
in the
just vanished once you hit the 30s.
It's not a bad
See?
Flux capacitor.
I'm really
That
trying to
was what
think
I was
of
looking
like
for.
names of guys that like
I'm
were
telling you,
weird names. I
Daryl.
knew a guy
Telling
named. I used to know a guy named Amori. That was kind of.
No, that's unique.
I
But I'm
bet
talking
you-
about Daryl was a regular
Yes,
name.
it
though.
was. But I bet you
So is
every
Amori.
I bet
Not
you,
much here.
I bet you every Daryl had a normal middle name like Robert. And when they hit their 30s, they're like, I'm Bob. Hi, Bob.
Yeah. You're probably right.
That's actually a good point. That's a great point.
I dated a guy named Toby, but here's the weird thing: is that his first name was actually
Whoa.
Mervin.
Oh.
That's a great 80s name right there. Mervin.
His middle name was Thomas, so you'd think he would just go by like Thomas or
His last
Tom.
name was Toby?
No, he
I'm
turned
lost.
Thomas into Toby.
So
Which
he
was
Mervin
just-
Thomas something.
That's correct. I'm
I
not
know
going to
that's
give
a
his. I'm not going to
great
give his
80s
last
name.
name, but
I knew a Dutch kid when I lived in England. And
Well, good for you.
I was just trying to give context. And he
well,
said,
I had a Norwegian friend one time.
he said he would always
Talk
introduce
about my
himself.
buddies from Finland.
Okay, Dreamland. He would always say
We're back.
he would always say my name is Garrett, but I prefer to be called Gurchin. And it was just like
You sound like a pickle.
and I get
Or some kind of cheese.
and I totally get that there was a cultural barrier there. So clearly, this is the funny part. Somewhere in Holland, the name Garrett is the Daryl of their first names, and they prefer to be called Gurchin.
Gurchin. Well, we've lost Melinda.
Well, hello.
We've lost Melinda. She's done.
Well, hello, Mr. Pickle.
This is my pickle friend.
Are you dill or are you sweet?
Here's the deal. I go by Gherkin.
Okay, we got him.
Gurchin.
I know, but it's the pickle joke. Michael.
I know. I get it.
Oh God. Oh, I'm crying. Han Solo says toys from the early 90s must have run on fusion power because my Kenner Han Solo blaster still fires to this day with that awful "yeah" screech.
Got you all in check.
Okay. I'm not crying.
That was good.
Why would you worry about crying?
My makeup's running like I can feel it.
Is your makeup running?
Don Miles says, I knew a dude named Adonis.
What?
who
He's
was-
literally the thinnest guy in school.
Adonis? Is that what
Uh-huh.
That's great.
He could have totally gone by Don, right? Like, you'd think that.
No,
I
I,
don't know.
totally would have made people call me Adonis. I would have made that choice.
Peter Venkman says Craigs are only dudes in their 30s.
This is my
That-
new kid, Craig. He's
that-
30. I know. It's so weird having a
It
Craig.
works out great for you when you're in your 80s.
It's like they're immortal, but you're stuck in the 30s. Right there on that edge of everything working great and everything breaking.
Eagles and Cycling says, I named my son Enzo recently,
Nice.
and someone told me it's a Star Wars character. It is?
I feel like it's a last name.
You know what I
Not
think
the
is funny
expert.
is the way you say, I named my son Enzo recently, as
Oh,
though he's
what was
been
his
around
name
a
before?
long time and you changed it. Anyway.
He's got a rotating series of names for his children.
Oh, that's funny. Tree Theodore says, to RetroBlasting, long live. Well, thank you, sir. And Master Son 42 says, does Michael say he has a black friend too?
What?
No.
What?
I
Wait a
think
minute, wait a
he's
minute, wait.
joking.
He's
He's
joking?
joking
That
because
was a
you
wobbly
said
joke?
you had a whatever he was, Greek friend,
Dutch.
Dutch, whatever, something.
No, just let it go.
He
Just
was
let it
kidding.
go,
It's
let it
Master
go.
Son. He's totally
Yeah, he
kidding.
also sent a T-shirt to this house. It was not a
That's
good
right.
choice.
Yeah,
I wear that one all over this part of myself.
yeah, but this part wasn't pointed at me, so
It's the cranberries. Want me to sing some?
no.
Okay.
It's my pickle friend.
Okay.
It's my pickle friend.
It's my
This is
pickle
my
friend.
pickle friend. He's Dutch, don't you know?
Don't you know? You just had to go full Wisconsin
Yeah.
or North Dakota.
North Dakota.
North. you don't broke Aaron now. No.
Oh
Adonis
gosh.
is a Greek name. Yeah.
Yeah, Adonis is a Greek name, so
All
I
right,
think it's
here
pretty
we go.
normal in like
Mhm.
as a Greek name.
This is
Like most names, that
from
sounds strange.
Excelsior
Excelsior!
Interactive.
I bet it's battery operated.
How's Al Gore doing? South Park joke. Excelsior.
All right. what do we got?
Enzo. Isn't that a name of someone's dog? Tim, do you have a dog named Enzo?
I do.
He
My
does.
pug is named Enzo.
He was going to let that lie.
I was. I was going to leave that one
because he
alone.
named a human Enzo,
No,
and we weren't.
There's
gonna
nothing wrong with that. A name is a name.
Michael, greetings and salutations to you and the RetroBlasting crew.
Thank you.
As mentioned on your impromptu live stream the other day, I'd ordered some extra palace guards when they were available. In hindsight, probably not my wisest move, and I won't have room to display one guard, much less multiple, until Michelle and I find a new house next year. Of course, a good display room is very high on the list. In the meantime, what better place for an extra guard but you? I hope you enjoyed and keep up the great work. Warmest regards, David.
P.S. Don't read this out loud.
I know. Michael should start at the last line.
He doesn't say
It doesn't really say that. I was just
Oh
kidding.
wow!
that. Look at that.
Very cool.
He sent
yeah.
the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Eternian guard.
Nice.
Hey,
Dude.
hey, look. He looks like the face I just made.
Thank you so much. This is great. I can't
You
wait
look like
to.
a porg.
I'm actually
Comes with
doing
porg
a
face.
I'm actually doing an update on the Origins line soon with the new video. This is going to work great for that. Thank you so much. Oh man, thank you. Oop, what was that?
It was a clear
It
plastic.
was my
Very cool.
very
cool.
valuable.
It's where she keeps her pickle friend.
It's my pickle friend spot.
No. All right, moving on.
I'm never moving on from that.
Pickle friends.
Pickle friends.
It's
Always
going to
take
be
a
the
pickle
name
Rick.
of the new podcast. Pickle friends.
All right. What? Wow, the hits just keep on coming.
Eternian Dutch pickle.
It's a new win.
Oh, that I haven't seen that.
Neither
Okay,
have we.
was that who?
It seems to be staying in a box where no one can see it.
Well, no, we're trying to figure out who sent it.
There's no name associated with
Maybe
this.
there's something under it.
Whoever sent this,
There's probably a little slip of paper with a gift receipt.
No, there's not.
whoever sent this, thank you so much.
Yeah, now would be the time to take credit for it. Whoever happens to
Holy
be
cow.
here.
This is the first vehicle aside from the Beasts that I've bought or I didn't buy this, but that I've acquired in the Origins line. So, dude, thank you so much. Whoever this was, thank you.
It says, well, AGS 2.
This may have been
Clears it
Sal.
all up.
Well, that's just whoever it came from, who was the
Okay.
third party stuff. It may have been Sal. Sal, if it was you, thank you. If it was someone else, thank you. Man, I get to
Yeah, that's cool.
because you can. This comes with a stand so that you can display it on Castle Grayskull, flying over Castle
Oh,
Grayskull.
that is pretty cool.
Yeah, this is really cool.
It would make sense to be Sal.
Anselon, are you saying that this was from you? I don't know.
Well, if nobody else speaks up.
This is from Ramses.
How's he been?
Now,
I heard
that's a great name.
I heard he died a long time
Yeah.
ago.
All right, what do we have here?
What have we here? Oh,
What in the world is that? Gummy worm?
those made me a little uncomfortable.
I was like really scared for a second.
hot gummy bands.
Oh.
And then we have.
Would this
so
be
is-
Scott?
Could be a
Since
Scott.
Scott
thing.
likes to send us weird things.
No, this is from Ramses.
Oh, Ramses, yes. What is that?
If it's
Cerrito Rico.
if it survived,
I love those.
let my people go. So
I
he's-
like these.
He
These are
sent,
good.
Yeah,
he
those
sent
are
a whole assorted cookies tray from
These are these Mexican?
yeah.
These because I think we got these from Mexico before, and these are really good.
These were a big hit.
Yeah,
And
I enjoyed this.
he has captured
These I
Tim's
haven't tried.
imagination.
No,
This is for
I've not
Melinda.
tried those.
This is for Melinda and
Oh, here we
Do
go.
want to
There's a-
try
there's
one of
a note.
these?
Mango,
There's a note.
Mango.
mango,
You want to try one of these?
big sabor.
He says, "Hello, RetroBlasting. Hope all is well with everyone. Here's some more treats to enjoy. Thanks again for all the content and what it takes to make it happen. Here's a question for all. What are some of your favorite moments from the RetroBlasting videos? One of mine is the magic missile part of Fast Draw at the fair. Hilarious. Thanks and take care, Ramses."
I remember when
That
Michael
was a
did
good
that.
video.
That,
These
that
are
would cut
good.
me off guard.
These are
Fast draw at the fair. you kind of outdid yourself on that one.
My one of my favorite videos or favorite video moments, I guess, is I just love the whole thing with the Playmobil Bank.
Oh, yeah, that was
It
good.
turned out really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the
I've-
voice acting on that one.
I've actually heard a lot of people say their favorite part of that video is Melinda going,
the most stressful part of any video we've ever done. That would be the fire hose of fun, the domino scene at the end. That was
yes.
took us several days to do
Mhm.
that shot.
Yep.
These are
And
great.
testing and
Petite block, little blocks.
The cat one is for me. There's a cat Lego-ish thing. It says American Shorthair is the kind of cat, and it looks very similar to Loxley,
Well,
which
it
is
does.
really great. And then these are all robots. You guys can like each get
Cool.
one.
a
So
robot.
I
You
love
each have a
robots.
robot.
That
I
one
love
looks like a
robots.
Tim robot. Here's the one that I'm still holding on to.
No,
Do you
go
have
ahead.
a favorite?
No, I don't
No,
have a
that's
favorite.
fine.
Do you have
Okay.
a favorite?
No, this is just the one that got handed.
I
to me.
have a
Here,
favorite.
look at those two and see which one you like.
I like the robot.
Thank you, Ramses.
That's very
Someone says,
cool.
was
Yeah,
it
that's
Ramses?
But that one looks like a
Is it
Roger
Ramses
Roger to
1
me,
or
so I
2?
thought of Tim.
They say.
Um,
It's got a good gun.
but dude,
That's fine.
Ramses, thank you so much for the snacks and
Yeah, I love the wafer cookies.
Those
Yeah.
cookies are really good. I
Yeah.
actually really like these kind that have E on them.
if they survived transit, okay.
I think they're okay.
Okay.
I'm excited about this. This is
It's
very
like a
tiny.
box of chocolate.
very
right?
tiny.
You can
You
reconstitute
never
them
know
in
what
water.
you're gonna get.
This says friends of dogs and cats. I'm pretty sure my cat will eat this.
What you should do is you should build it and then take one of your famous Instagram photos with Loxley next to it, forced perspective.
I have a story of my cat Geek and Legos.
Mhm.
That's
Mm.
very interesting.
It's a good story.
Okay, this is from Big Bad Toy Store from Jody.
Uh-oh.
What could this be?
Jody always sends the most interesting thing.
What have you done, Jody? What have you done?
I don't know. I'm gonna give Ramses a big thumbs up on this cat thing. I'm really
Oh,
excited
Is that
about
a
it.
polite gesture?
Yes.
He has sent
I actually want to put this
A
together.
Dinobot Grimlock Commander letter
wow.
opener.
That's awesome.
He finds the coolest stuff.
He
What is
does.
that?
It is a letter opener that
It's
is a
Grimlock's sword.
It's Grimlock's sword, the T-Rex from.
You could do a little light murdering with that.
You love Grimlock.
But I only like him as a dinosaur.
Well,
But you have a sword.
he has a sword.
Does he have a dinosaur? Does he use it while he's a dinosaur?
You can do whatever you want.
Melinda,
It's you use your imagination.
it's a dinosaur.
I'm gonna hit you with the sword.
And look at
Use my
that. He
imagination.
sent to
She killed me, Mal.
I will take it and be happy.
Jody.
With
I'm
the
not
sword.
unhappy.
Awesome.
Is this metal?
This is awesome. I think it's metal.
I like it more now.
It's heavy. Those
Would
are
you
cool.
like to
Yes,
open it?
I'll, no.
Okay.
I mean, we need to open another box.
Okay.
Jason says Lego Loxley equals Bloxley.
Yeah.
It's got a little weight to it.
Okay, so we have this is definitely from Evander. I can tell by the immaculate handwriting.
Mm-hmm.
I bet
And the fact that it's from France.
these two are from Evander as
That
well.
does help.
Oh, those are that's definitely from Evander. Okay, what do we have here?
Have we told them about the after show thing?
Not yet.
No, we will because Evander actually sent me an email asking about after show.
Yes, we have a
special day today planned for the after show.
on a very special after
Today
show.
on a very special RetroBlasting after show.
All right, we have from Evander. We have. Oh man, you got to be kidding me!
What in the world?
He
is
sent
that?
me. He
Okay,
sent
that's
me the
pretty good.
official visitor guide to the Robin Hood experience. What
Is that a ticket stub or a bus? That looks like a transit
is this?
ticket.
That's a rail. That's a rail
Ticket?
card.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He sent me his rail card for the trip, and he sent me the current Robin Hood welcome guide.
That is a glossy.
Yeah.
That is a glossy gnome right there.
Oh, dude, thank you, man. This is awesome. Boy, that is a mannequin.
Glossy gnome.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Fickle friend.
Holy
His name
crap,
is Glossy
dude.
Gnome.
Thank you so much.
Of
It's
the
like
This
the
is-
grassy knoll, but
This is a weird trip down memory lane because even though this is an updated guide, I did this tour back
When you
in
were there.
91.
Okay, careful with
Um,
the retrieval.
Is
of
it metal?
Spike.
oh yeah,
Really?
oh yeah,
That's
I could
awesome.
stab somebody with it.
I love
It
it.
It just
I
wouldn't go
love
in very far,
It
but
says,
If we go
"Dear,"
far
it
enough.
says, "Dear
you
Michael,
could stab him in the eye. Mess
this
him up.
postcard might be best read after the live stream. Will do." And he sent the royal banquet and knights tournament
Oh, no,
transfer scenes, like almost, I guess, like color
I was
forms.
going to say, it looks
almost.
like Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
Mm.
The Belinda Carlisle Decades Concert, Royal Concert Hall, Nottingham.
It was just this October 8th.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Friday. That was a Friday, I think.
Wow.
Baby, do you know what that's worth?
Wow. Why are you looking at me like I didn't get that? I got it.
Ooh, Nottingham is a place on earth.
I'm not a fan. I'm sorry.
Which a lot of people don't know, by the way. They think Nottingham was made up.
No, it is
And then
very
they find,
real.
and then they find out it's real and they're like,
Very real.
biscuit?
Yeah.
Why would
Thank
Jody,
you.
this is actually very cool, and I enjoy it a lot. And
Yeah.
it's both red and metal, and it's
Mhm.
just it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Here,
I
hold
think
it.
It's very cool.
It's super cool.
Yeah. I will. This will be in my hand when I'm working from my desk, I'm sure, talking to people
On a Zoom
on,
call.
on Teams.
You can like force perspective it, like hold it up right to the camera in front of your computer and go,
I have to tell
No,
you
he-
will listen to me.
"You shall not."
He'll say something like, "Me, Witched, not like this decision."
Wicked Person says, up next on the CW, the Degrassi Knoll High School Conspiracy Drama. That's
It's
pretty
too
great.
perfect.
Melinda
Look,
would be like,
I
all
love
about it.
Degrassi so much that I would watch that.
All right, so we have here.
Spelled
we
or not?
have-
On purpose.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't see the next line.
Jeez.
I was going to say that one is wrapped. What in the world?
it's more. Oh, he must have gone and visited Nottingham and picked up all the current content from Nottingham Castle, and oh man, thank you, Evander. This is
Wow.
great.
That's cool.
It's
Yeah.
like, hey, look where you could go if you didn't live in the United States.
I know. Oh wow! So they have a collection of Robin Hood toys at the Robin Hood Experience, and he sent a Ladybird book, Robin Hood and the King's Ransom from back in the day.
Lady Bird Johnson, really?
Chitty Chitty Bang
And
Bang.
He sent a Friar. Must have picked this up from the gift shop. It's a notepad
To go with that pin.
Yes, this awesome. Oh, he sent.
Coasters.
I walked at Raleigh, Nottingham, England.
You got to say that with the right accent.
That'll be the end of my channel.
What is it?
It must be an Asian restaurant. I walked at. It's a coaster.
Let me examine that further.
Okay, go
Thank
right
you.
ahead. So then he sent 2 arrow-shaped pens from
I like
Nottingham
both of those.
Castle.
Those are
That's pretty
cool.
cute.
That's awesome. Or this is a pencil.
Yep.
That's a pencil. You don't see
You
those.
can shoot
You
that
don't
in his
see a lot of
longbow.
pencils
You don't see
anymore.
a lot of pencils often anymore. And then he sent a Robin Hood figurine.
It looks like a Christmas ornament.
I believe it, to be a
It
Christmas
could
ornament.
serve as both. Look at that nice center of gravity.
We
there.
can put him on the tree this year,
We can. He'll get destroyed.
assuming
but-
Loxley does not
makes
eat
a-
the tree when
it
I
makes
put it
a
up.
lot of sense for Robin Hood figures to be hiding in the Christmas tree.
Yes.
It does.
Loxley destroyed my Loxley.
You know, this will be Loxley's first Christmas because he was born in February,
Oh,
and
that's a
so
Cobra.
I'm kind of concerned about what he's
Shooting
going to do to
range.
the tree.
Wow.
Oh,
He
okay.
also sent
He'll probably climb into it at some point, though.
he sent pieces to the Cobra firing range so that
And
it can
that's a
so
English.
yes, this is a
Is that a pound or is that a?
this
tenth?
is 2 pounds.
Oh,
An Elizabeth II 2-pounder from 2014.
Nice. See, English money's really cool.
There's an eraser to go with your pencil.
He sent me a Robin Hood eraser, what the British call a rubber. So this is a Robin Hood rubber.
Thank you for clarifying that.
$4.
Great.
He sent a wooden postcard. Greetings from Nottingham. Please tell the RetroBlasting trolls that I went to the city of the Lincoln Green dressed
As the
of the Lincoln Green dressed man and sheriff on my initiative in the hopes that it might inspire you to visit the city. Enjoy, Evander. Awesome. Thank you, Evander. This is great. And our final
Yeah, Grindhead Jim, just to be clear, I like some stabby things, but like bye Robin. Not you know, if I had my druthers, what I'd really like to have would be like a crossbow. Like Buffy
Yeah,
has
that would be cool.
in Buffy. That would be fun to have.
What in the world?
And then you
I
can just
remember
shoot
Hot
little...
Like
Wheels
a
made
lot
a
of
version of that
cranking
was
to
so
get
cool.
Yep. I think I have it.
It's
Isn't
very
it,
cool.
Isn't it right there hanging out?
Yep, it is.
All right, here we go. This is the believe last package from Evander for this
Clearly very
stream.
exciting for you.
Very sleepy.
All right, here we go. And what is the what?
What is that?
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh,
It's a reprint. So when I cut, I was like, no. Dear Michael and Tim, I think that all these Corgi and Corgi Juniors will fit on your Superman shelf quite nicely. The only thing missing is the regular Supermobile. Very hard to find without any broken plastic arms. I think I have that up there, actually.
yes, he does. But still, very cool.
Tim, you might recognize Corgi recycling their molds like the Charlie's Angels van or the Kojak Buick Regal used to make the Metropolis City police car. Sorry, I could not find a car with the lights on the larger Corgi, but it might make for a fun video. Keep up the good work. Dude, Evander, this is super kind. Sending vintage Corgi vehicles. Whoa.
Those are the Queen's favorite dog.
I love cars, and we
Are they really?
want
Yeah.
to do Hot Wheels, but it's almost impossible to not just. Oh wow, that is super cool.
Yeah, lift it up so people can see it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
They don't-
I wanted to see it because you can see the inside.
They don't
of
look
van.
like the corgis that I'm familiar with. They're much less fluffy and barky.
Did you read an article that a corgi killed an owner.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like
Corgis can be
I
very.
mean, well, I've no corgi there. It's like
It's why the queen loves them so much.
because they can kill people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're trained by MI6.
So you can look through the back door of that
vicious
one.
corgis.
Melinda.
Look through the back door. It's really cool.
Do
Look at that police car.
That's
City
awesome.
of Metropolis Police
Yeah.
Department. Wow.
I want to say I had a version. I had they've made several of these, and all the way through. I want to say the 90s. I have the
Well, how about
baby blue Chicago PD
My
police
up-close
cruiser
vision's
version
not
of
super great.
that car.
I
Well,
can
yeah,
tell
if
it
they're
says something
recycling their
in there.
designs.
It's just super.
So
It's
and it's
super.
4-door and all
Look,
that. Really cool.
look at this.
He sent another one. Oh my god, I love that. That is. Oh, it's got different color arms.
Yeah, I don't know why you said it didn't have arms.
King Eric says, "Is there a corgi Robin Hood?" No, but there is a fox Robin Hood. That was a little
I
joke.
don't think he's talking about that one. Though. I
No.
think he's-
What does he say?
There's two of those. Then.
What the fox say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got.
They make a
we've
screamy
got
sound.
this one.
Yeah.
And we got
Yeah.
the Supermobile
The
thingy.
Supermobile was one of the best.
And we've got the van. Because in the
I
70s,
like the
it was
sound that
all
Fox
about
make.
having rickety vans.
Oh,
Sometimes
the
it
helicopter.
can be very
The
abrupt and
helicopter?
alarming.
Yeah,
Yeah, is that what you like about it?
yeah, because they're
And
little.
we've got-
So you wouldn't- You
yeah.
wouldn't think that they could make a sound
If
like
it's,
that.
if
Metropolis
it's dark
police
and you're
car.
out in the woods
Very
and you
cool.
hear that, it's
Pretty
kinda like
terrible.
there's a
It's
witch or
blood.
something coming to
It's
get you.
the Blair Witch was actually a
Another
fox.
police
Yeah.
car.
And it was just really angry. It was really lonely. It was looking for love. Looking for love.
This must have been
That was a henchman.
It was a Buick Regal. It had a place for a siren, so it must have been like a
Yeah.
What
detective car.
say?
This is my corgi friend.
And then we have this one right here.
What happened to the pickle? What happened to the gherkin?
Evander, you are too kind, sir, as always. You are too kind.
He's verging on
That
three
may be
kinds.
upside down.
You know what I like about this is that it comes with a foam sword as well.
This is from Sal.
Almost looks rude,
It's like what
but
Super-
it's not.
I was about to say
I did not
something, but
see
you
that,
beat
but
me
you
to
did.
it.
This is from Sal, everyone.
What's up, Sal?
Hey, Sal.
Sal,
Hey,
did
Sal.
he just send another one?
Where you going?
What?
I was going with Jimi Hendrix.
Oh. all
Okay.
right.
Hey, Sal.
Okay, Dreamland.
Huh?
I need you guys to focus, please.
Yeah.
I need you to be interesting then.
Wow.
Sal sent us a Black Series Tuscan Raider.
Very cool.
Can I see it?
Nope.
Oh, Tim.
We're supposed to be interested and yet not see it at
Yep.
all.
They're completely left out. It is a nice looking
Yay!
Tuscan.
He's very Tuscany.
purple.
He sent us a Phantom
What about
Menace Black
It's
Series
Mace
Windu.
Windu.
Okay.
That's great.
Mace Windu was awesome.
Does he come with a
Yeah.
purple lightsaber?
He does.
does.
Great.
He's got his purple.
He sent us
lightsaber.
a Jedi Fallen Order Purge Trooper Black Series.
This
Yeah.
box smells really good.
He sent
That's
us
rare.
the new Rogue One K2SO re-release,
Oh, very
which
cool.
I can now put
Yeah.
with my.
Absolutely.
This is getting creepy. Would
That
you?
smells really good.
He sent us a. He sent us a vintage. Be very
G.I.
careful with
Joe,
this GI
yeah.
Joe
Insert
catalog.
with the shark and the water moccasin and
Pickle Slayer.
the slugger, the stinger.
Okay, this is what's smelling real good. So you need to open this.
I know that was a hard
I
thing.
hope it's something that's supposed to be like.
I hope it's yeah. I hope it's supposed to smell like something at all.
How do you know? You can't smell anything anyway.
I'm assuming. I don't know anything.
Oh my
at the-
gosh! I think
Do you
that's
smell
just-
it?
I do. That's the sweet banana bread smell of a well-kept house.
It
Like what we're
really is.
detecting. It
Oh,
is.
I love these things.
Hold them up so people can see.
What is that?
It's those little furry, weird things.
Rock
The
lords.
little rock lords with the fur.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, and they smell good, which I think is just a weird. Oh, can I play with these?
Yes, he sent
Can.
Rock Lords. He sent vintage.
Sal, are these rock
You
lords
don't
I
have
can
that
play
one.
with? Because Michael doesn't let me play with the rock
Well, it's
lords.
because actually those are ones he doesn't have.
Oh, then I probably can't play with them.
You can play.
He has this one.
He
I can
does
play
have
with
that one. You
this.
can play with that one.
You can play with all of them. Go ahead.
No, you don't.
Look at this one. It's got fur.
Go ahead and play with my stones.
Bold choice.
Very hard.
Clink together.
Careful, they'll spark.
Oh yeah.
Sal also sent a.
I got rocked.
It looks like this might be a legit.
I'm gonna rock your world.
It's
That's
a
not
set
out
of
of my
aviation
face.
wings, like uniform wings.
Very cool.
He sent the.
It would have to smell good with a nose
Well,
like
it's funny.
this.
He
You gotta
just
keep
talked
this guy
about rocks.
happy.
Now you can play with his hardcore.
Wait. Jason says Transformers. Kids want cool cars that turn into robots. GoBots. Furry rocks.
He sent the Black Series Cal Kestis from Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh man.
I like that character.
You
from that
did?
game. Yeah.
Melinda,
He
this
was
is for
cool.
you from Sal.
This is for me. From Sa-
Oh,
I know, but this is also for you from Sal.
you're gonna
Get you
love
a
it.
bag of rocks.
it's a baby Bosk.
It's your pickle friend.
It's
What is that?
his gun.
Oh, that's a cool one. Actually, that one's really good.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
kind of green like a pickle.
That's what I thought. That's why I said that.
Ooh, he sent you.
Wait, is this from that line that you had, Michael?
No, that's the nicer 90s 12-inch line that actually has the clothes and stuff.
You know he's going to be serving Armless Vader.
Escucha auf.
How does this work?
You need to put that just right above your workstation.
I know.
I don't know how he even.
And finally, in this box of wonders, he sent the much harder to find flocked Origins Panther.
Oh, very nice. The flocked, the velvety
Yeah.
Panther.
Sal, you have,
Sal, thank you.
good Lord, thank you. You have wreaked havoc today,
He
sir.
stands
Thank
up
you, mate.
really well.
Uh-huh.
That's great.
You
Mm-hmm.
know you have no chance.
That's a
in hell
really
of
good
keeping
one,
it from
Sal.
you. You know that, right? Like,
You know Sal is a massive Bosk fan,
I
right?
think that you just got permission.
Well,
to
me and
use
Sal
it.
are like,
I heard you.
simpatico.
All right, so the final box here is from Randall.
You don't see a lot of Randalls anymore.
I see several Randalls. Actually,
You do?
There was
Yeah.
one. In
I've never
Clerks.
known a Randall, and I've never known a Daryl ever.
There was one in Clerks.
That's not true. I worked with a guy named Randall, but he was like my parents' age, basically.
He was one of the other Clerks.
What was that?
I figured
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all
Kidding you.
good.
There's no choice.
it's fine.
The smell is still in this bag.
I know.
You can
All
have
right,
it.
so what the fuck?
I feel like I would go over to Sal's house and just be like, "My
Good
God,
person.
your house
Good
smells amazing."
Where is this house?
Okay, so
What?
hold on, we're about to find out. First, we have
What? Where did that even come from?
In my mouth. Ugh.
Wow, we lost Aaron.
he sent us a Jason mask.
Oh, that's cool. That's all Melinda right there.
That was so well delivered. Bravo. Perfect timing.
Thank you.
I feel left out.
We can't say it
We
on the air.
Can't
That's a
explain.
good one too.
I mean, who sent this? Randall?
Randall.
Thanks, Randall. That is definitely a
Put it on.
no. No, I'm not going
Put it
to.
on, then turn around.
And I say putative. That is a Mystery Science Theater reference.
What is this?
I don't know.
This
Look at that.
is.
This smells more like a Payless shoe store.
Oh my gosh, babe.
No, this is for Melinda
It's
for
the-
sure.
it's the-
Sniffing it.
It's the thing it's made out
Sniffing
of.
it.
No,
Oh.
he sent you something else.
Oh, yay! Oh, I'm so using these. Oh, I can't wait to
You gotta tell
decorate
everybody
these.
what it is.
Okay, so these are Freddie and Jason cookie cutters. They have Freddie's head and Jason's head.
These
It's
are better than
so
the-
sad that I didn't get these before Halloween.
Right. Yeah.
So I'll have to put them in my Christmas cookies.
I think you will.
And then I'll just sort of make Freddie's hat look a little more like a Santa hat.
Did you?
And it'll look like a really scary elf.
Did you
He
get
says-
the cookie cutter you sent me a picture of the other day?
No.
He
Oh,
says, here's a letter here. He says, greetings, RetroBlasting. I'll try and keep this short. I have a lot of fun during the Halloween season building and displaying my own props in my haunted yard. In a long ago live stream, it was mentioned that you didn't have much, if anything, to decorate for the spooky season, so I thought I'd help. I do not intend to be insulting, offensive, or imply in any way that RetroBlasting is dead. It is only meant to be a fun addition, and I hope you all enjoy the items in the box. There is also a surprise in the bottom of the box I think you'll like. Until next time, keep making the great content, and I'll keep supporting. Have a great rest of your day. Randall, and then he says, in my last donation of the laser tag rifles, you asked if I went by the name Randy or Randall. I go by either, but most people who know me usually call me by a name that starts with an A and ends in a hole.
Down in a hole.
All right, so now we have
so small.
the movie.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Oh, wow. I've never even heard of this.
Wolfie says late, but was listening in the car. Great topic today. Semi-sweet gherkin pickle friend. Almost had to pull over LOLing.
It's a keeper.
Here, this is definitely something that Melinda's going to have to assess.
Behind the mask.
Okay.
I'm confused.
It's some movie.
It has Robert Englund in it.
It says it's a comic gem. So,
What is that?
oh, they're yard tombstones.
Oh, okay. I was like wondering what that was.
Oh man, look at this.
Wouldn't it be funny to? No, never mind.
Wouldn't it be funny to
Nope,
watch?
not gonna say it out loud.
Look, babe.
No, I'm with her. Just leave it. Let it lie.
What?
Oh, it's our tombstone.
That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good.
He covered this in his note.
Yeah.
Why he did it.
They
and what
buried
he
us together in one mass grave.
Well, it was like soup, Melinda. There was nothing they could do.
It's true.
All right, so let's take this box.
It takes about 10 years for me and Aaron to make it into the artwork. So
I know.
it makes
Eventually, we'll just
We'll
be a
have
part
that,
of things here.
Oh my God.
sense. Is there something?
No, it's right here. And holy crap, move that box.
Okay.
Okay.
Here, I'll take this.
Randall.
Did
I'm
Randall
not
send me
convinced.
this too? I don't know what this is.
Yes.
So
It's a movie.
okay. I mean, I know it's a movie, dear, but I'm just
You
saying,
watch it on a television.
not familiar with the movie. Never heard of it.
Do you have a
Rand-
circle player? You can
Randall
put it in the
has
circle
sent-
player, watch it on the TV.
Yeah, it's right by the cat circle.
Randall
ball.
has sent a
Cool.
grail.
a grail.
It's a very
Oh,
flat
I already
grail.
see it from the top. Holy crap.
Yeah.
It's a flat grail.
Well,
No,
he
it's
means,
not.
He means a whole. He
Um,
means difficult to.
Oh, are you
change.
explaining it to me?
Yes, you seem not to understand this.
That's not a very pickle friend kind of thing to do.
Okay. It's you specifically.
Wow. I mean, that
Oh,
box
back
is
at you.
actually
I am
pretty
going to
good.
glue this to my computer.
So every time you open it, it's
Wow.
just like.
Wow.
He sent a 12-inch Indiana Jones that still has the box.
We need to dust that off a little
And
We don't dust toys around here.
bit. No, that's going to have to.
He's still got his hat and hold on. We
We're
gotta,
going to have to take it out.
yeah.
Tim's gonna help you caress it.
Well, we don't want to hurt the cardboard.
No.
This is
Okay.
my pickle friend.
He's got his gun and his whip.
His hat's like.
Yeah,
His
the
hat
hat's
is
a
kind
little
of like
rough.
Merp.
little
The
rough.
hat's always been rough on these. That's
Yeah.
part of the. That's
I
part
like
of
That's
it.
part
I
of
like
the charm.
Felt hat kind of thing.
Okay.
So is this
the
the
face
same
is
mold
good.
from?
Yes, it's they saved money by just using Han Solo.
Okay, well that's
And-
smart.
Holy crap, he's complete.
Wow.
And he's got
I love that,
That
his
looks like
head
Henry Jones
plastic
hat.
is a different color than his neck plastic. So he's literally a redneck.
yeah, the hat was always a little bit of a dicey
Derpy.
prospect.
He looks like he's gonna
He
read me.
looks
He's
Farmer
gonna-
Joe.
Is he gonna offer me some fish sticks?
I mean, he does look a little grapes of wrath. You know, he's got some. But I mean, this is a very hard to find piece.
Trust the
Like,
Gordon's fisherman.
Sorry.
this is a very hard to find doll
Sorry.
because it was the only doll from this line, and to have it with all of its accessories. What's wrong with you people?
He looks like he's 4.
Aaron, you need to stop.
I'm just reading what these people are saying. Kid looks Andy was like a kid wearing an adult. He's actually 3 children standing shoulder on each other's shoulders in a trench coat. I have tears coming out of my eyes. This is the most joy I've felt in weeks. Thank you all for that.
Oh my god.
So much stress just evaporating.
Does he come with a pickle?
Yeah, he's got a pickle holster. He's a real quick draw with that pickle.
Look, I just think it's amazing he's got all of his original gear.
Yes, that is amazing.
Oh God, I can't breathe.
Just happened.
I don't know what to say.
I'm sorry.
Who's making you laugh now?
I'm just laughing now. I can't stop. They're like drunk Melinda's the best. I'm not even. Oh God.
Oh my gosh.
First of all, Randall, sincere thank you for this. This is unexpected and something that I never thought that I would have. And it's clearly brought joy to many people today. But I legitimately want to thank you for this. I never thought that's why I never even pursued this piece. And I will make sure, that it gets cleaned up and everything and looks tip-top shape. But seriously, thank you. This is awesome. Thank you so much.
I like his pickle hat.
Wolfie says, my pickle friend wears a hat that looks just like that. You know what it kind of looks like is like, when you buy like a poinsettia and it comes in like a little cellophane type bag. It's kind of, but it's like that. It kind of looks like if you just.
Oh man, that was good.
He looks kind of like Jamiroquai.
Yikes.
So we have something very special coming up next. So we're late. We got to wrap this up.
We're for the Patreon after show. We have something special coming up. It's not going to be a conventional after show. What we're going to try and do is take some video on location where we're going, which is relevant. It's for you guys. And then we're going to post it after we get back. So the Patreon.
Or during. We'll do it during.
Yeah, during and after. So watch for lens clips, patrons. And also watch for a bigger video upon our return tonight. Yep. So you'll be seeing that.
We won't be there. So
you're not going?
No.
It's just you and me, Tim.
Have fun.
Oh, are we going?
I'm game for whatever the team wants to do.
Anyway. If you guys don't want to go, don't go. Because the last thing I want is people who don't want to be there.
That's true. We don't want to be hassled.
Yeah.
To hurry.
That's right.
So
we'll go. You guys stay behind and do whatever Dreamland does.
I want to put together my petite block kitty cat.
Fine. Put together your petite block kitty cat thing while you guys.
It's not very pickle of you.
You can't build that on the deck though, because if pieces drop through the floor, then you're gonna
just go get them.
I can do whatever I want.
You drop a part and you can't find it in the pine straw. Don't come crying to me because I ain't gonna go looking for it for you.
Okay, Dad.
You could just use a magnet.
For the plastic part.
The plastic magnet.
I'm kidding.
I'm
just
what bizarro world am I in right now?
You know what? That's what you could use the proton pack without the wand for. It's like a what do you call it? Like a metal detector, but it's like a plastic detector.
It's just missing the wand part.
You just get the wand part. You don't have the wand part.
Do you guys have any pickles?
We're done. We're done. You need to call it.
We're done. We're done, everyone. We'll see you on the next go around. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday, Sunday. If you're patrons, like I said, watch for the lens clips and watch for the video later. All will become clear. We're doing that instead of the after show today.
Aaron does win the sick burn of the live stream quote.
What?
Because Michael was like, I need you to pay attention. And Aaron said, I need you to be interested.
No, apparently
And
there's
now
going to be a
they're
t-shirt.
like, we need Aaron to have an "I need you to be interesting" t-shirt. I'm gonna stop talking now.
This did not help.
Sorry.
No, there will be pain. I have a feeling there'll be pain.
It's pain either way.
No, there's no pain.
It's no pain.
It was a funny comeback.
All right, we're done. Just turn it off.
All right, everyone.
Turn it off.
Bosk is saying goodbye, and we will see you. I've got videos coming out this week, as you know, so just watch for those. And we'll see you on the next stream as well. So talk to you guys later. Thanks,
You know, we
everyone.
need pickle in a can.
Mm.